The largest issue confronting aging that I hear over and over again is the sense of loneliness and isolation.
Seniors are the fastest growing population across the country.
There is almost a limitless amount of need in New York City for engagement with seniors and support.
The vulnerability that they felt, even pre-pandemic, it got worse during the pandemic.
We're in the business of combating loneliness and isolation, and we've never seen loneliness and isolation like this before.
Carter Burden Network has 4 senior centers. It offers many programs, many services. It's a great meeting place. It's a communal activity center. We have different arts programs. There's watercolors, the ceramic studio, there's quilting, there's doll making, there's a jewelry class, a chorus, exercise programs, there's dance.
For many years, it was one person. There was no other staff. We didn't have a senior center when Carter was alive. If he could go up to Cavello, walk into the painting class or the sewing class or the ceramics class, he would be utterly delighted. We all feel like we belong to a community that is doing really wonderful work and is learning from the people we serve every single day.
Well, I've been coming here for 2 years, and the first time I walked into the door, I felt like if I was at home.
People will stay and congregate and socialize should we have the activities for them. The range of artistic expression was just very gratifying.
This was one of our original senior centers at the Carter Burden Luncheon Club in the Upper East Side of New York. We deliver and serve over 1,000 meals a day.
To me, food is the best way to bring people together.
There's a continued need for centers that provide a nutritious meal.
City Meals on Wheels has worked with Carter Burden Network for many, many years. We fund weekend, holiday, and emergency meals to make sure older New Yorkers who are homebound get food every day of the year.
The best part of my job is making sure that seniors fed in a very nutritional way. When I design my menu, I'm trying to make sure that's high-end quality food and nutrition.
The goal of the choreography lab is not really to make dancers out of them, it's how to use it in a more creative way where they're not thinking that they're exercising.
I sing, I sing, I sing.
No matter what is going on in their lives, they can come together for that time that they sing each week and feel joy, feel connection, and a spirit of community. None of them take that for granted. We also want to combat ageism. You come to a point and you're no longer a useful part of society.
As you get older, you find galleries less enthusiastic and they're harder to find representation.
Well, this gallery really mirrors the mission of the Carter Burden Network in saying that we look at older adults' lives as not changing when they hit a certain age.
Georgia O'Keeffe became renowned after the age of 60.
Taking on that gallery has been one of the most exciting things I have ever been a part of.
Professional artists were the perfect peer role models for other older adults to say, no matter how old you are, you still do the things you always did and are the same person you always were.
With our elder abuse department, there's often shame involved. People feel like, what have I done wrong? Where can I turn? And I have no one that I can share this with. So when I look at the Carter Burden Network, I see it as senior centers, social services, arts, and health and wellness. Volunteerism is something that I have completely enjoyed watching grow throughout our network.
There's not one of us who's more important than the other. It is one giant wheel with lots and lots of spokes.
We can do specific things like feed seniors, provide social services that are very specific that make individuals' lives better.
During the pandemic, all of those services went to telephone.
This was much worse than anything we've ever seen. People can't leave their homes. Every step of the way was a crisis for people because we didn't have a roadmap. So our challenge was, well, how do you communicate? How do you assure them that the Department of Health is on top of this? The Department for Aging is there for them in a time when things were just so gray. I think our greatest lesson learned is that we can reach people in their homes creatively by the idea of the Zoom classes.
Sometimes my telephone call was the call that regrounded them, gave them a little assurance. So yes, my voice was the one consistent voice that a lot of them had.
We had to learn to rely on our creativity and know we would come up with solutions.
What's really exciting about the 50th is that we've got our foundation, this really rich history, an extraordinary staff. We have learned so much.
Those lessons are going to be with us certainly for the next 50 years. It's going to be really exciting to watch how these little seeds of ideas that have started, how they're going to grow.